Hello everyone, I am Tacit and welcome to the Gems of War Campaign 13, Week 8, Day 6. So today, or more so in this next week, well today we're going over all the weekly spoilers, but there's a few interesting things happening next week. Quite a few big milestones for the game as well, or what, particularly one. One of those being, we have a Sword's Edge event week, which you know, Sword's Edge, not really that particularly notable of a kingdom. However, the previous patch, version 6.8, ends up adding 4 new troops to Sword's Edge. So this is two things that means. That means if you don't happen to own one of them, because I never got lucky on the dragon after so many keys, you can easily get them next week. However, so it's almost like a new legend coming out for me tomorrow. However, that's not the big thing. The big thing is Sword's Edge, I don't currently have it upgraded there, can currently reach 30 stars. Actually, you know what? Let's go upgrade it right now slightly. Wait, can I? Oh no, I might be missing the other thing. Let me double check something. Wait, can we? I can tomorrow once I get more copies of them. I don't want to waste orbs on them now because we're going to get 1 billion of them anyways going for the legends. So we'll get those upgraded. And we're going to have 29 star, I believe, tomorrow on it. We only will be blocked on 30 as it requires a level 20 kingdom. And I will go get it to 18 because why not? Because we're going to get it to max anyways. But, yeah, we'll be able to do that for tomorrow, and it will be the first ever 30-star kingdom. However, the main thing stopping pretty much everyone from getting 30-star, if you haven't already stocked up greatly on them, is the power level. You need to get level 20, and this requires a lot of blue deeds. Oh, never mind. No, I'm not 18 yet, though we need to go ahead there. But yeah, it requires a lot of blue deeds. I would need... math. 16. I would need 16 more blue deeds than I currently have. Because that'll take 10. Basically, yeah, you just take the number from there. So yeah, we need 16 more than what we currently have. If we convert all these, that's about 8. So 8 more, that means we would need 8 more. Since the 8 would cover the other side. Oh, no, sorry, 4 more. Wait, math. Yeah, 8 more. Because we'd need 16, we'd have 8, and we would need 8 more. So I'm still 8 blue deed books away from being able to do such a thing. So we will not have it next week. However, some people might. If you have 8 more blue deeds... or deed books than that, you would actually have a 20-star, meaning you would, or a level 20, which means you would have the first 30-star kingdom in the game. But yeah, we'll get to 29 tomorrow, but we won't be able to go all the way to 30, as I do lack the blue deed books, and we haven't been buying any of them with money, or at least not any spare ones, so we are a little short. Plus RNG just comes into play as well, as some of them are luck-based, as far as when you end up getting slightly more. Speaking of which, I just wanted to check that real quick. Anyways, so, as far as actual events going on, we're getting this new guy tomorrow. He just barriers himself, and a barrier an ally, and then give them mana equal to half their mana cost. So there's a couple troops that already do something similar to this. They're all generally pretty bad. If they are a knight, it also creates 3 spirit gems, which are of course that mana draining gem. Why on earth does every spirit gem mechanic do so few? 3 is so few. Also, we do have Guild War next week, by the way. Anyways, we still have so many things. But anyways, yeah, he's pretty underwhelming. Unfortunately, way too few spirit gems. It's also so situational that this barely ever going to happen anyways, unless you build your entire team around it, and just not worth doing. But another useless knight, as are pretty much all human knights. Actually, he's an undead knight, oddly enough. Never mind. There's a couple of them in the game, but overall, just not really that good. As far as the event, it looks very straightforward. Just always take Lady Marana, and everything else, I believe, skills. Let me double check. So whatever room you're seeing the most, take it. Because I believe every single one of them skills. As battles against Matron, Shoga, the Deep King, just making sure they're all here, King of Thieves, and Zorator, they will scale. Let's see, the amount of ancient weapons they give by 40%. Okay, so yeah, all of them scale, so always take Lady Marana when you see it, and whatever one of these you're seeing more often, you should take. Though ultimately, it'll just result in you just taking every room except for one over and over again, probably. But basically, try to pick one of these and just don't take it. It doesn't matter which of these 5. Let's say on your starting 5, or however many options there are, there's like no Shogura. Just don't take that, and just keep not taking that, and you'll get slightly more points than if you do. So just choose any of these 5, and don't take it. And that would be mostly based on what you have at start. So whatever one of these you don't see at the start, or if there's multiple, just choose one of them. Just don't do that room, and then you'll get slightly more points if you do every other room, as they'll keep scaling. And just try to ignore one singular room of these 5, I mean. That will give 6 points scaling. But yeah, this seems pretty straightforward. A little bit of a weirder one for World Event, but not the worst scoring we've ever had. Anyways, as far as things going on next week, a few handful of things. For one, if you have the bigger pass, you will be able to go get the Mythic. Actually, this mythic right over here, actually we can see it in game as well. But this mythic right here comes out tomorrow. The Raven, King of Ravens. The KO of R, as it will probably be abbreviated, as this thing will be pretty meta going forward as far as a mana drainer. He's pretty much the new Famine. He gets to convert 2 blue gems. Actually, let me go get the bigger image. We can also just see it in game. Let me just bring up his... Why am I doing it here? We can literally see it through the campaign thingy. So he comes out tomorrow for bigger pass. The following week, if you have a normal pass. And free to play, we'll get it some couple months from now. But anyways, as far as him, he's a Fey Strix. He is a blue, yellow, purple. The purple being particularly relevant because, of course, we just got the addition of Bane of Mercy this week. So him with Bane of Mercy with Thrall and one other option, definitely going to be pretty meta. But basically, his whole premise is his final trait. He converts 2 blue gems to spirit gems when my turn begins. There are already a couple things that do this, like with burning gems, stun gems, stuff like that. Even a curse gem mechanic. However, it is particularly relevant with spirit gems. Each spirit gem is 2 mana drain, 2 spirit gems is 4 mana drain. Meaning you will get 4 mana drain onto the entire enemy team every single turn, assuming you have an option every turn to clear your entire board. Which would be pretty easy with Thrall. His own ability even does it partially. You could even partially do it with Leprechaun. There's so many options you can go for. And yeah, every single turn, you just have to make sure you always have an option for that. Boom, 4 mana drain. And you just keep doing it over and over and over and over again. Did I buy the bigger pass? No, though I will buy tomorrow. Which I'll probably be doing it tonight to make sure it's all situated. But yes, that will all be situated by tomorrow night, likely before even tomorrow's video is up. But anyways, this is going to be a 4 mana drain per turn. And he can even clear it himself, so you don't even necessarily need another option. If you do go another option, you have Thrall and such. And basically, it's a 4 mana drain per turn, while also having an okay ability. His ability is nothing special. It's basically just some chip damage. He's definitely not going to be your only damage source. You definitely need at least one other thing to be your damage source. However, he can assist with damage, so he does that. But he's primarily going to be used for his final traits, and just keep mana draining every single turn. And of course, with Bane of Mercy, 4 times Curse means you'll be able to get 4 mana drain every single turn, even if they have immune to mana drain, with the only exception being that one indestructible trait, where they have all the immunities, including to Curse. But even if they have something like Impervious, you will still get through, because the Curse will apply to them, and then you'll get the 4 mana drain. So, very interesting to see how this pans out. He won't be a quick win option, but it'll be kind of similar to Arachnan Weaver, in a sense, in that they both hit the last 2 enemies, and they both are really good at not losing. And this thing is going to be absurdly good at not losing. Not winning quickly, but really good at not losing. So probably a Guild War option that will start getting into play. And guess what we have next week? Guild War all week. Actually, let's go over to the page. So, of course, we do have Guild War going on. We go back. Guild War. Summer's here. Weekly... That's not the one I wanted. I will eventually click the right tab. Weekly events. Okay. So, things that we have going on throughout the week. Of course, Guild War, already mentioned it. We have that going on all week. Next, we have the faction event. All of them are associated to the kingdom. So it's the Sword's Edge event, which is the Crypt Keepers. Wednesday, we're going to be getting a pet for Toy Soldier, which I believe is Night bonus. Let me just double check. Yes, it is indeed Night bonus right there. Thursday, we have the class event for the Knight Hero class, among one of the worst hero classes in the game. But it is the only hero class that counts as a Knight if you want to utilize that for any team. So it is a bit underwhelming. And Friday, we have ourselves the Invasion event. And we do get a new weapon for that, so let's go check that, as I haven't actually seen what the new weapon is. If I had to guess, it's probably for Knights. So I believe the Knights already had it. Or maybe it's Knight Explodey weapon. Yeah, this should be the one. So it explodes magic +1 red gems, and grant a random status effect to all orc allies. Oh, interesting. It's for orcs? Okay, I was right. It was the Explodey weapon, but for orcs instead of knights. That's kind of weird on an event week like this, so I guess they don't always follow whatever the event week is. Yeah, it's a little bit strange. However, yeah, an orc Explodey weapon. Not really that useful. Does it get anything good? Bleed, rendering. Does it not even get enrage? Come on, it doesn't even get enrage on cast? Yeah, it's really bad. Come on, you're gonna make it an orc thing and it doesn't even gain enrage. Also, isn't this the final dagger? Ooh, are we finally getting the final dagger? We can see what the new ones are! Oh no! We know what the new next Doom weapon is. It's the rings. Are we gonna start calling the rings meta now? Let's see, we don't know what they do yet. Oh, we can finally see them. But yeah, this, I believe, is the final Doom weapon of this current cycle. Meaning we will finally move on to the next one for like the next year and a half. And apparently they are rings. Ooh, are they going to be better than books? So, of course, we have like a bunch of different typings for weapons. Most recently we had daggers, and we're getting the final one in 2 weeks from now. However, we know what the next one are, rings. The problem is we don't know what they do. It's to be determined, and we don't know what their effects are. So, y'all just have to wait and see. These might be the new meta for Doom weapons. We don't know. Currently, the best ones are the Doom Skull converting weapons. Second best are the books, though best if you're counting them as defense teams. Third best are kind of the hammers, and then from there they kind of start falling off. I guess fourth is kind of Spirit Breaker weapons or Curse Breaker, but the Curse Breakers are all over the place. Some of them are really good, some of them are a bit more underwhelming. They all have a drastically different effect, unlike many of the other Doom weapons that have very similar effects. But yeah, hopefully the rings are good, because daggers were so bad. They were so absurdly bad. They could have a 100% chance to kill, which they're far from when maxed. I think it's like a 30% or something. But yeah, they could have a 100% chance to kill, and they still would not get used. They're that bad. So hopefully the rings will be a bit better, because these last for about a year and a half. They happen once every 11 weeks, which obviously takes absolutely forever for them to cycle. And yeah, it takes more than a year for them to cycle. It's like a year. It's like a year and a third. So quite a long time to have to wait if they're bad. So hopefully it'll actually be good, so we get some new Doom weapons to actually use, because I'm pretty sure no one has ever bothered using the daggers due to their underwhelmingness. But yeah, mostly Guild War going on next week, the final campaign week, or second to last campaign week. And though this, speaking of finals though, this is the last day to finish out the Kingdom Pass. You have 6 hours left. If you have not already done this, make sure to do so. 6 hours to go, and sort of almost 7 almost. But last 6-ish hours to go and complete anything else you want to do here. Of course, if your last 10 crowns don't get you all the way, you can spend 100 gems per tier in order to skip them. This is probably only worth it if you want to go for, if you're really close to completion. Like, if you're all the way up here, it's probably not worth it. But, you know, if you're, like, right here, it's probably worth closing the gap, especially if you already paid for the paid side. Definitely want to go get all those rewards. I'm pretty sure most of you have already done that. Anyways, let's actually go do things. So, I think we finished most weeklies. At this point, I think it's just take out dailies and go grind keys. As I believe we are fully finished with everything, though we'll go double check. Okay, reward event, all good to go. Let's go check Bounty Hunter. Pretty sure we finished this out the other day. But if we haven't, I was gonna say, did I forget to claim the reward? No, I did everything. I don't think doing my 10 battles will get me on leaderboard. Doesn't seem like it will. There's an ultra multi-way tie at 387. I wouldn't be surprised if it's like a 200-way tie. We can't see the rest off the scoreboard, but they're there. Some amount of dozens of people are tied there. We can't see exactly how many, but probably a lot. And I guess we could farm these a little bit if we want to go get an orb. Might as well for 3 real quick. Actually, you know what? Let's go do that right now. Let's go get only 3. Just so we can go get a quick orb real quick. And you know what? I'm even going to do it with Rowain build, just so we can get... maybe not. Actually, we'll go with Dust Devil. I was going to say, just so we can get a little bit more XP on it, but we might as well save that for the daily. So let's go bring these out, get our last little orb. Only 3 of them. Not that many, but enough to get things rolling. Anyways, hello everyone, by the way. Let me go all the way from the top. Hello, Bill. Hello, Isabel. Hope all you had a wonderful weekend. Hello, Roman. Hello, Supernova. Hello, Jason. Hello, Tyrion. Hello, Sushi Ninja. Hello, Stacy. Hello, Lester. Hello, Jason. Hello, Cookie. Also, we are still trying to find one person. If anyone wants to join the guild, we need someone for Guild War next week. Otherwise, we're going down a rank, as we'll have one whole less person. And I think we did pretty good last time, too. I don't remember. You don't really get to see the scoreboard now because it's kind of broken, so hopefully it'll fix that soon. Hello, Jonian. Hello, Logic Slayer. Hello, Akoli. Let's see. Hello. Who knows hello to? Hello, Kikolia. Let's see. Hello, Clip Bomb. Hello, Chad. Hello, everyone else. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Alright, there we go. Alright, so, let's go, move this over, move that, and let's go start killing things. Oh, no wonder why. I have my streaming software set up in full screen mode right now. I was wondering why it was being so big. Let me go make that a little bit smaller. I was like, wait, why is this taking up so much room? But there we go. I fixed it. It has all been fixed. Alright, anyways. There we go. I fixed my interface. Alright, let's go kill a bunch of things. We're mostly just trying to find 3 of these little guys so we can get an orb. Might as well. We're already so close. It shouldn't take that long. That won't clear out everything else. Oh, has Kris Kringle finally been restored? I'll need to mention that on Monday. Oh, I need to go cover the video for him. Gosh, we got a lot of videos we need to cover this week. I meant to do that a little while back. Oh, did I set chat to live? No, I forgot to do that. I honestly forget to do that so often. I'm not sure how often it, like, deletes messages because of it. There we go. I fixed it. But, yeah, let me go look at Kris Kringle. Did they finally truly fix it? They must have mentioned that in the post and I didn't see it. Hold up. They already just did it. And didn't mention it anywheres. But yeah, it says Kris Kringle finally gotten his effect back without banning everyone. Because I was going to cover a video on him and then I couldn't. Hey, they have! Well, it's time to cover a Kris Kringle video in April. Or almost April. Like 3 months later. But, Yeah, there was a bunch of teams I wanted to cover for him, but then he lost his map mechanic, and, you know, the whole banning thing happened, and then they reverted the ability. But yeah, we'll have to cover a Kris Kringle video. If nothing else, free-to-play players can get him now, and probably have him by now, so. We have so many videos I want to cover next week. I want to cover Diamantina. I want to go cover, obviously, the new Mythic coming out on Monday. I want to go cover Kris Kringle now, since he's been restored. Yeah, I think that's the last one we needed there. Obviously, we still need to cover the Mythic tier list video. Soon, TM. Anyways, should be the last one. Oh, never mind. We already had the last one. Well, there we go. A little extra. Anything good from the orb? It wasn't worth it at all. Why did I do that? That's why I skipped so many of them. Anyways, let's go clear out these dailies real quick. I actually do want to do them even if they're bad rewards, just because I do want a little bit of Spirit Walker XP. Slowly but surely, we will get this thing maxed. Where is it? How far are we on next level? We are far. But slowly but surely, it shall gain a little bit of mana every day. That's why you're here, to remind me of things. Thank you. And now with 30% less bans, I know, watch, everyone's gonna get rebanned again. I sure hope not. I assume they would have fixed it if they reverted it back by now. Because I know that was one of the biggest issues with it. Was, they had it set up in a way where if accounts ever got too many maps, they thought it was a bot. Because bots tend to go for treasure hunt a ton. And because everyone was getting way more maps than was ever possible before above whatever threshold they probably had set. Like, almost everyone was getting banned from using Kris Kringle. Because they were gaining maps at a rate that was before impossible. So, as if Kris Kringle is indeed possible. Well, now we can do map farming again. I sure hope that means next patch we get a rework to maps. Because now we can actually farm maps at a very effective rate. I can't remember how many it was, though, but it was like several hundred per hour. I need to go redouble check. But it was way faster than before. I think before the best you could do was like 100 to 200. I think with Kris Kringle, it's somewhere is like 3 to... No, it was like 600 to 1,000, wasn't it? I don't remember. I need to go retest it. I know it was like absurd numbers. Like, I think it was like 4 times, 5 times quicker than methods that already existed. I think it was like 600 to 1,000 per hour if you were like max efficient with it. It was like really absurd how many maps you can get an hour. Obviously, there aren't many needs for that many maps, but you know. Maybe there will be in the future. As it currently stands, there isn't, but there might be a reason to map farm in the future. Eventually, we would. But yeah, a lot of fun things for next week. Unfortunately, we won't be able to partake in the 30-star Sword's Edge thingy, but I will go max mine as far as we possibly can, so that we can at least see that the 30-star is possible. Though we will not be one of the people claiming it. Though we will in a couple months from now, once we have the blue deed books for it. It's one of the reasons whenever we see a merchant that's giving out blue deeds, I've been buying them with the gems. Just to speed it up a little bit. As it's pretty much RNG if we're going to get it on an adventure board. Like today, obviously, we didn't get any. Alright, so let's go clear out dungeon. Let's hope we can get lucky here. It is Diamond Day, so we... Oh, no, come on! I want to get Diamantina a little bit earlier, and it just keeps trapping me. Luckily, the traps on this day are horrible. Hey, we got 7 free diamonds. That's not bad. Speaking of which, grab that, grab this. Always worth getting this 50 gem thing every Sunday. Technically, it's worth doing every day. But particularly on Sundays. Alright, let's go get out, yeah, I guess Olgoth build. I almost want to go use the new Bane of Mercy, but I keep going with this. Stealthy Troops will keep me from 30-star Sword's Edge. Oh, wait. Oh, never mind. I was going to think, is Bandit from there, but no, it isn't. Wait, you mean you didn't trait every Stealthy Troop from that kingdom? That's interesting. There's not many who have done that for. By not many, I mean literally only one. The only one I have not done that for is... Also, why am I still using voice? Let me go reset my team. I wonder if is that not a leprechaun. We needed it for a couple other days this week, but definitely not for today. We were hit by like bleed and 20% less stats. It was actually why we died so quickly. 20% less stats is a lot when they hit that hard. Very unfortunate. Honestly, it's probably one of the more annoying ones other than effects. Like out of any of the non-effect ones, it's definitely the most annoying. Because it brings your kill range way lower than it would have been. Especially when you're skull spamming. This makes it really easy for them to just kill you. But there we go. Look at that. Diamantina Last time we see it on a Sunday before we actually own one. Because we will own that in 3 days from now. 2 days if we get lucky. So close, yet so far. At least at this point, it can't even be RNG based. We can RNG based get it quicker, but nothing can RNG us out of not getting it. Like, we will guarantee have it by Wednesday. There's not a single thing that can happen except me somehow misclicking horribly. That would prevent me from getting it this Wednesday. So hello, Mr. Jesse. Welcome, welcome. Have you gotten any Dragonite after offers from the merchant? Not recently, though we haven't really been merchant hunting much the last week or two. Mostly because I've been opening Volkis. But yeah, we'll need to go back to merchant hunting a little bit more at some point. Maybe when we go do the final Diamantina push, we'll go for the little bit of merchants in there. I believe you can also get it from Angel, if I'm not mistaken. I'm actually not sure. I do not recall. Angel has some pretty good things. But I do not recall if Dragonite is actually on it. I know I've never gotten Dragonite from her. That doesn't mean she doesn't have it as a drop, though. I'm pretty sure I've seen almost all of their drops at this point. Or a good number of them. Because we have seen so many of them at this point. Hey, come on. Get your mana. You're almost there. There you go. So where is it seems? I want to kill that just because there's so many effects. And some of them are actually good, like Devour. Alright, there we go. Perfect. Alright, so, next order of business. We did that, we did that, we did that. We finished all the things, which means we can just grind now. So, yeah, I think we'll jump into Volkis. We could technically just do Explore, too. But the main reason I don't want to is next week we're going to have Guild War. And during Guild War, we're going to be able to hopefully have some 100% extra XP gains. And with those extra 100% extra XP gains, we will be able to get more XP while farming. And I'd rather save the super quick kills in Explore when we're doing all the merchants and everything for that, and do Volkis now. So we'll do some Volkis now, and then all of next week we're probably merchant hunting. I think that's the game plan, just so we can utilize those 100% XP bonuses. Anyways, let's go switch over to Phoenicia. This might be the last day we ever run her. As soon, she'll be replaced with Diamantina for almost the rest of time, in most circumstances. But yeah, it's finally time for her to be irrelevant. It's been a while. She has a long run, a very, very long run. There'll still be some niche instances where you would use her, though. But she shall be retired soon. Technically would have been retired months ago if we actually could have gotten better luck on the dragon. And hopefully we got some better luck on the orbs tonight. We've been doing okay on them. Nothing particularly special the last few days, though. Very generic or below average loot. Well, we're still looking for those major golds, major silvers, pet orbs, all that kind of stuff. We did get a small pet orb the other day, if nothing else. It wasn't a big one, though. But we did get a big one the other week, so. But we haven't gotten a gold in at least a couple weeks now. The elusive golds, which are definitely the one I would probably seek out the most. Which is kind of funny because it's not actually the lowest drop rate. It is a 2% chance compared to Power Orb and Pet Orb that both have a 1%. Hey, speaking of which, this Pet Orb actually has a 2%, oddly enough. Pet Orb is, I believe, the only orb of the core orbs that actually has 2 different drop rates depending on what orb thingy it is in. In small orbs, it's 2%, which we just got. And in big orb, it is 1%. The reason for this is this other 1% is taken up by Power Orb in the major orb. Whereas in the small orb, there is no Power Orb, so it takes up the full 2% in there. Well, there we go, another little minion. Every 3 of those is basically like a big power, or not power, like a big pet orb. Actually, let's go hand out a code, too. Let's see. Actually, we'll even hand out 2 codes tonight. Might as well. Might hand out 2 codes tomorrow as well. It's going to be quite a fun event, as we'll have a lot to go over tomorrow night. Between the Mythic, Sword's Edge hitting technically 29 star, won't be able to get it to 30. But a huge milestone that a kingdom can finally reach 30. I wasn't expecting this until like 2024, 2025. But yeah, mid-2023, we are going to hit the first 30-star kingdom ever. It's tomorrow. Well, we won't be able to get it, but we'll be able to visibly see it as an option. Because I believe I can get to 29 star, which will show us the 30-star upgrade, despite us not having the material to do so. Which will make it the first and highest starred kingdom. Or the first 30-star and the highest starred kingdom. Obviously, if it's the first 30-star. And that's as high as the game currently goes. Obviously, they might extend it into the future. But as it currently stands, it is the highest of any kingdom. And also, we can go get all the 6.8 troops for anyone who might be missing them. I know I'm still missing the dragon. I also didn't upgrade the other ones because I knew when I go for the dragon, if I go through event keys, I'm probably going to get the other ones upgraded anyways. So I was holding off on upgrading them because it wasn't actually giving any kingdom stars. Or actually, I think it does, but I didn't bother to. But we're just going to wait till tomorrow. We already waited a couple weeks. Can wait an extra couple hours. And I'm proud for the code, and we'll have another one in a little bit. Hopefully at the next big drop, whatever it may be. Come on, give us just extra turns to start a battle. We need them to speed it up. I'm still not sure why I did that. We already have the manas. It's gonna feel nice when we can start one-shotting with only one mana pool instead of needing two. Though in theory, we will actually feed 2 mana pools. Because I'm pretty sure most teams will have to go and block ourselves, which is very annoying, but it's because of the 50% dragon starts we currently have. Also, I'm trying to update the number. Why won't it let me do it? Ingots have moved up by 1. There we go. It has been fixed. There we go. And I'm proud for the code, everyone. Enjoy. I'll have another one in a little bit. Hopefully we can get another good drop. It's out there somewhere. We're going to be opening enough Volkis to stream that we should be able to get one. We're probably doing it for the next half an hour, realistically, at this point. As we finish every other possible objective we could want to do. I guess we could theoretically go for a little bit more crowns, but we're not going to get anything particularly good along the way. Because we already claimed all the main rewards. And I think the only other thing we'd get is like a little bit of tokens, which isn't worth it. It's like 2 Orpheus tokens or something. Which for how long it would take to farm, we would literally be able to do Explore 12 and get them at a quicker rate. There's one of the only few where you can actually get it quicker just by doing the actual activity than to do it through the pass thingy. As it's pretty much 1 Explore 12 run, maybe 2. And you would get that many Orpheuses. Whereas if you were to grind it out, it would take like 10 minutes to finish all the crowns. Whereas doing a run like that would take like only a few. So I wonder what the world record is right now. I'm pretty sure it's double Diamantina team. And I'm pretty sure it's under 2 minutes. Something absurd. Because I'm pretty sure it was the 50% Dragon, Diamantina, and like Leprechaun or something, probably. I'm not sure of every double Diamantina team. I know that's one of the main ones, though. Biggest issue with it is getting the second one to full mana. You also have to block yourself with 2 mana, which is really annoying. And the main reason for that is you need a storm to be active. Oh wait, hold up. Yeah, you would still have to slightly block it. Because I was going to say, in a double Diamantina team, you can actually go Diamantina, the 50%, and then another Diamantina. Because then it would still be the last one in your team. And yes, your first Diamantina won't be blocked, but your second one still would be. So effectively, you're still blocked by it if you're trying to double cast. You're just delaying it being blocked. So it's still equally as blocked. And the main reason for that is, oddly enough, the 50% mana start... Hey, we got a good thing. The 50% mana start from the dragons, or from the dragon, the only one that can, has a yellow storm on it. And you don't want yellow storm. You actually want the skull storm from Diamantina, as you need it for boost ratio for extra damage. And due to that, most teams, not all teams, but most teams with Diamantina need to have it below the dragon. But the problem with that is the dragon doesn't do anything relevant, so you're just double blocking your mana on yellow-blue. It's still 4 mana pools you get to use, which is a lot, but still blocking it by a lot. Hopefully it'll add another 50% mana start dragon to the game. Because honestly, they could replace it with almost anything and it would be better than what currently exists. The current 50% mana start for dragons is probably the main reason why Diamantina teams aren't, like, the absolute strongest things in existence. Like, they're really strong. But the main thing balancing them from keeping them, like, broken beyond belief is the fact that the 50% mana start dragon is just so bad. Like, they're still really, really good teams for a lot of things. But they're held back by what currently 50% mana starts them. Which is really unfortunate, because for some short duration, we actually had a different troop that won brown-red dragon with 50% mana start for all dragons. And he's actually an AoE damager that would have been way better. It would almost be like the same thing as using Phoenicia plus Lava Dragon, like we are right now, or Magma Dragon. Except it would be that one troop plus Diamantina. But unfortunately, he got his ability reverted back to creating skulls. There was a glitch with it initially. So during that duration, they gave him 50% mana start to dragons. But then afterwards, once they fixed the glitch with his ability, they gave him the original ability back. But it was so good when he had 50% to all dragons. And then got horribly nerfed when he got reverted back to what he was supposed to be to begin with. Ooh, a silver! Okay, well, I had a code for that. That's a good drop. It's not the gold we're looking for. But if we can pull off a major pet or a major gold, I'll hand out another code. How about that? Not for a power, though. Powers are useless. Powers have such devalued recently. And we get like a free one every holiday too. We have an Easter event in a couple weeks, and you'll be able to get a almost free power orb from it. Obviously they're not like free, but they're really easy to earn, which is pretty much free. This costs a few hundred gems, which is not mad at all. And if you don't care about the other loot, you can actually get it completely for free, even without a couple hundred gems. Though it is advised to get some of the limited time loot. But we don't really know if it's limited time or not. The golden pet and the armor are the only two that are kind of up in the air, as we don't really know when on Earth they're coming back again. The golden pets are fully cosmetic. They don't do anything except just exist. And the armor also doesn't do anything, but you know, you can visually wear on your hero. And they all look pretty cool. The next one coming up is pretty cool too. Also, it's not Easter-themed armor. It's actually like spring-themed armor. And they look really, really cool. I showed it on stream the other week. We should be getting it in 3 weeks from now? 2 weeks from now? It's like mid-April. They're doing it like the week after Easter instead of before, because it's more of a spring holiday thing than an Easter thing specifically. I believe we are still getting an Easter pet, but we're not getting like an Easter event in that sense. It's more of a spring event. But yeah, really cool looking armor. Diamantia 50% Dragon Diamantia doesn't work. Does it not get enough mana? I guess depending on the game mode, it wouldn't. If you had Enchant, it would. Probably for Explore 12, it wouldn't. Unless you get, like, really lucky with it. Because you do have to fill a lot of mana. You have to still fill 30 mana, of which 16 is blocked. So you almost have to fill, like, in a sense, like 36-ish mana. Because it's blocking on 2 colors, so you have to take 2/3 of what it's actually blocking. And it has 16 mana. So, in theory, it's blocking... you have to fill, like, almost 36 mana to get it to full. Wait, you would still have Yellow Storm? Wait, how? I'm confused. Don't they both independently trigger the Storm? Wait, is that start a battle, or is it activated by something? Wait. Let me double check. I actually forget because I've never used it before. So, unowned. I thought it was at start a battle. Yeah, you would still have Bone Storm. Oh, it's a storm glitch? Oh. Really? Oh, does it only take... Oh. It must only take the first storm when you have multiple storms. I didn't think about that because I've never bothered using multiple of the same storm. But there must be a glitch with multiple of the same storm where it only counts the first storm, not the second. Meaning if you had storm, different storm, same storm, it would do the different storm. Because it already did the first storm once. And it only triggers it once. Okay, that's unfortunate. Hopefully they fix that glitch. Because, yeah, that means we'd have to run 50% Dragon, Diamantina, Diamantina, Leprechaun then, in that order. You couldn't do it the other way around to try to preserve a little bit of mana. Though, in all fairness, it's blocking the same amount of mana regardless of how you're looking at it, so it being in first slot's not the big a deal. Yeah, I didn't realize there was a glitch with that. Because since you have 2 Bones of Storm, or Songs of Bones, it's only triggering it once. And it's triggering it off of your first dragon, not your 3rd slot dragon. So if you had another storm behind it, it would get overwritten by the other storm, even if you have 2 of them. Because it's actually only triggering it once. That's unfortunate. I didn't realize that was a mechanic. Mostly because very rarely would you have 3 storms on your team. But that team actually does carry 3. Even though obviously only uses 1. But yeah, I didn't even realize that. Because I don't think I've ever put 3 storms on a single team. That with 2 of them being the same storm. There's almost no circumstance where that happens other than Diamantina. Anyways. It's not even because you're deliberately trying to. It's just because of the structure of the team. Yeah, it's not too big a deal. You just have to start with the 50% mana start. So it'd be 50% mana start, Diamantina, Diamantina, Leprechaun, or something similar. Which is still pretty much the same team. Okay, we'll take that one down. Yeah, it's supposed to work that way. The way that it works is... the way that storms work is... it goes from top left to bottom right order. So if the enemy has no storm, your bottom leftmost storm will be the one that triggers. But apparently there's some kind of glitch currently in the game where if you have multiple of the same storm, it only counts the first storm that was activated. Which is the problem. And by the first storm that is activated, I mean the first storm of that type. So let's say you have Bone Storm, Light Storm, and then Bone Storm. What would normally... let's say you have Light Storm, Bone Storm, and then Water Storm, whatever the blue one is. In that situation, the blue storm would be the one that activates, because it's the furthest one down. However, if you have Bone Storm, Light Storm, and Bone Storm, it'll actually activate Light Storm. Even though Bone Storm is the bottom leftmost, it only triggers the same storm once at the beginning of fight off of your first one. It doesn't reapply it, apparently, off the second one. Or at least that's what I'm gathering from it. I have not actually tested it, but we will next week when we finally have double Diamantina. Because I'll only have a single next week. But we'll have the other one pretty soon after. Especially since I will be doing a little bit of merchant hunting next week. And hopefully during that merchant hunting we will find ourselves some more Dragonite to close the gap on our final push for Dragonite. But yeah, there's a lot we'll need to mess around with. Oh, hey, an Epic Volkis in our Volkis. That's always great to see. Very low chance. You already have a decreased chance of getting a Volkis in this mode, and there's a 10% chance that Volkis is an Epic Volkis. We just got it. We got a couple at this point. I want to say that's almost our dozenth one. I feel like prior to the last several months, I've like never had that happen, or almost never. And now we're just getting like a billion of them. It's like the 10th one in the last couple months. As far as Epic Volkis and our Volkis. That's also because we've just been opening so many in the last couple months too. It's probably not a ratio difference, it's just we've been opening so many more lately. As we already got 4 Empresses and 4 Wands too, in just the last couple weeks, because they were just added to the drop table not too long ago. And we already have max stack of both. Unfortunately, you do still keep getting copies of them, even though you already have the max with 4 copies. Hello, Anthony. Welcome, welcome. I really wish they would change that with Volkis. Like, any troop in the Volkis drop table that you have Mythic maxed with 4 copies or more, you should not get as a drop from your a Cedric. It's very annoying that you still can, and I hope they eventually change that. It'd probably be the last buff Volkis ever got, because gosh, every single year it feels like they're doing a buff to Volkis. But that's one they really need. Just so you stop getting repeats of tarot cards you already have, so newer players can get ones that they don't have maxed. Which will help out a lot with that, as well as every player if they already don't have them all. It would make free-to-play a lot easier too, so free-to-play players who've been playing for a long time, it's increasingly harder to get any new tarot card that you don't already have that ever gets released. And if they made it so ones you already have maxed don't drop anymore, then it'll be easier to get those newer ones when they finally get added to drop table. So it would help older players, or it would help free-to-play players, or people who almost never spend money on the game. And it will also help new players, as it would substantially make it quicker to get them all maxed compared to the current system of just pure RNG. It's one of those few drop tables that really need that system added. The only system that has it, which is really weird, and I'm not sure why they haven't added it to other locations, but literally the only location that has it are guild keys. No other area in the game has a system where when you have the troop maxed, you stop getting them as a drop. It literally only applies to guild keys for some reason, even though so many other places would benefit, most notably the Cedric drop table from Volkis. Has anyone done Empress with Emeraldin? Yes. I think we covered it too when we did the video on Empress, I think. I know I did it with one of the Gem Dragons that wasn't Diamantina, because of course we didn't have it at the time. But I wasn't sure if it was the green one or not. I know I did it with one of them, I'm just not sure if it was the green one. But yeah, they pair really well with the single-colored dragons. Or not the single-colored, but you know, the single-colored Gem Dragons. Which are technically three-colored, but you know, they're associated with a color. It can work for any of them. It doesn't have to even be the green one. Depends what the structure of the team is, though. But almost any of them would work, depending on what your mana accumulation options are. You mostly just need it as the damage source. How did you get gifted? You weren't here. Let's see. You saw it in your email? Oh, really? That's interesting. I thought people had to be here to get the gifted thingies. But yeah, that's pretty funny. But yeah, someone gave us 5 gifted subs the other day, so, you know, just randomly goes out to people. But apparently it can go out to anyone if you weren't here. I always thought it had to be people, like, currently in chat. But apparently it could be absolutely anyone. Interesting. It must not be. It must be, like, people who showed up, like, in the last day or last week or something. Because we've never seen any, like, truly random names. We've seen, like, some somewhat newer ones, but they've been people who just kind of lurk. We haven't really seen any names that are just, like, completely random who we've just, like, never seen around before from those. So I assume they had to have watched a stream in, like, the last day or week or something. But apparently it doesn't have to be people actively online, though. They're probably active in recent time. No, it couldn't just be subscribers, because we have a lot of subscribers that don't really watch us that much. And all the names I've ever been are generally names we know. Or lurkers or similar things. It's not just like random people who might have subscribed one day because of one random video we posted on something. Which I think I might start doing that again in the next couple months. We've been kind of doing RuneScape in the background, just like AFK. Actually, literally right now we are as well. And I do actually want to cover some guides on it again. Some of our most viewed videos were actually some guides that we just ended up doing. And I do kind of want to get back into doing that again. Obviously, we still have a bunch of Gems of War guides, too. I'm nowhere near to doing it with RuneScape, but we need to progress so much more. We're still an early game, which makes it really hard to post anything. But I do plan to at some point. Because there's a lot of guides, like when I try to like look up something, that no one really covers properly. Like, there's so many things in that game still not really covered, which is kind of weird, given how big the player base is. Mostly because a lot of the bigger YouTubers for the game now, they don't really post guide videos much. They mostly post entertainment videos. Like, they all got past, like, the guide video phase, so now, like, the guide video market for the game is, like, wide open, comparatively. Because almost every bigger YouTuber for RuneScape are just posting entertainment videos, rather than guides on various things. Also, thank you for the membership, Emernator, greatly appreciated. Thanks for the support. Hey, 300 gems, nice. We'll be needing that for all of our, gosh, I can't wait to stop buying Dragonite. We are like 2 to 3 weeks away from never needing to purchase Dragonite ever again. It's gonna feel so good. We're gonna have like 1 billion gems after that. Because we've been burning 300 gems every day since August. And now we're going to go from doing that to not burning any. Or at least not through, not via, Dragonite anymore. But yeah, that would have... I want to go get the tally on that by the ends. I need to figure out how many days that is. Because I want to have a tally by the time we get the second Diamantina. Which will be when we finally stop ever getting it again. Where we do a full tally of the total amount of Dragonite we would have spent. Because we can easily do that. We just have to take how many days have occurred since the patch day. And then multiply that by 300. The harder part will be to figure out the exact number of days. Because every month has a different number of days. But we know the starting date, we know the end date. Well, we'll know the end date once we get our second Diamantina. And all we really have to do... Oh, that's not fully true, though, because we did do a bunch of through merchants. I have no way to track how much we spent on merchants. But we could assume it's a couple thousand. But yeah, I can only track how much gems we spent via... per day on the 300. I have no way to track the exact number of Dragonite merchants we've ever bought in. We'll just have to assume like 2,000 or so. But the other one is very easy to figure out. And then we'll just add like 2,000 to the end of it. Actually, how much is the pack for it? It's 150 for 30. We should have gotten it by 20 times by now. So yeah, we can assume it's almost 3,000 then. Especially after all the merchant grinding we'll be doing next week. We're easily going to get at least a few more, if not even more than that. Which does 150 each time. But yeah, it'd probably be 3,000 on whatever final number we get then. We'll figure that out in a couple weeks. Whatever is left over from the days, the rest you've gotten from elsewhere. Well, the hard part about trying to figure out what it was from merchant purchases is we, of course, get perfects, which ends up giving us some. We have Dragonite Gnomes that end up giving us some. So it's hard to determine the merchant number. The only number that's really easy to figure out... There's two numbers that are really easy to figure out. The number of... how much Dragonite we have gotten from spending 300 gems per day. That is super easy to figure out. The easiest one. And then we can also figure out how much Dragonite we've gotten total, which also means we could figure out how much Dragonite we've gotten through every means that wasn't the 300 gems per day. The only problem with that is split between three things. Merchants, which cost gems. Gnomes, which were recently added, which I haven't gotten too much from, but, you know, they still make up some. Wild Gnomes, which also make up some. And, which are the same thing, pretty much, as getting them through Vault events. And, what was the last one? Oh, yeah, whenever we get perfects, which also gives some. So we can figure out, like, three numbers, then, from that one singular number. Perfects that have pictures? Not quite. Well, we had a couple of them off stream. I would have to look back at, like, every single stream now. I'm not sure if we'll get a total number of perfects. The amount of backtracking into videos we'd have to do to figure that out would be absurd. Because that's 6.5 months of clips I would have to go through to figure out one number that people will look at for, like, 3 seconds. We can get a lot of the other numbers easier, though. We get 3 pretty easily. And we end up covering it in a video thingy. There's actually a couple things I actually want to cover related to that. Because we've been covering data for a lot of things. Obviously, right now we're covering data on orbs over the course of a year. If you're wondering why we still keep updating those orb numbers at the bottom. But there's quite a few other datas we've accumulated in the past. And I do want to cover videos on them soon. And one of them is also going to be on Dragonite once we finally have Double Diamantina. As well as Double Diamantina teams. They might be 2 separate videos. One just briefly going over Double Diamantina. Which is something I wish I could have covered months ago. Most people have already been running it for months. But it took us a while to get it due to bad RNG. That and just kind of covering all the numbers. Because I wanted to do it for that. I wanted to do it for Mimic, which I meant to do the other week. Just didn't get around to, but still relevant to cover it. And stuff like that. Eventually we'll be doing it for these orbs. But I don't plan to do that for, like, end of the year. Because I want at least a year of data. And they've only been out for 3 months. Still feels like it's been out longer than that. But yeah, the orbs have only been around for 3 months now. I want at least a year of data. Hardcore Tacit viewers might have clipped every single one. I know not Clip Bomb. I know Cookie clips quite a few things. I'm pretty sure Cookie has not clipped literally every perfect dungeon we've ever done. Not to mention 2 or 3 of them were off stream as well. One of them because we lost electricity. One of them was... I don't remember. The very first one was off stream, and I don't remember why. Oh, yeah. Wasn't it the Ethernet cable thing was having an issue with my computer? It wasn't that I didn't have electricity. It was my Ethernet cable, which also, that issue still hasn't been fixed, by the way. I've been using Wi-Fi connection on my PC for like 2 months now. And honestly, I have barely noticed a difference. Wi-Fi is actually pretty good. Like, I haven't been disconnecting. I haven't had, like, any issue with it. I always thought Wi-Fi was, like, way worse, but, I don't know. I have had a non-wired connection on my laptop for about 2 months now. And I honestly don't notice it at all. Like, it seems just as quick, if not quicker. It's not even like it has, like, random hiccups in connection either. It's still just as stable. I find it very strange because I've always been like told like, it's like, yeah, wired connection's like slightly better, and it probably is under most circumstances. But the technology is advanced enough that apparently it doesn't make that big a difference. I'm pretty sure in a storm or something similar it would be more relevant though. Like if we had a big thunderstorm, the connection would probably be worse compared to a wired connection. It could also be that the source to my cable thing is so close. Like, my laptop's like 2 feet away from the Wi-Fi connector thingy, or whatever you call that router. Like, they're almost touching. Like, if I lean far enough over here, I can literally just lift it up and bring it here. Well, I won't because there's so many cords over there. It's attached to like 5 other Ethernet cables, because every other device in my room is connected to one. Both my Wiis are connected to Ethernet, my other computer's connected to Ethernet. I could technically even do it to my TV, though it's not connected to the TV. But I theoretically could. As I do believe it has a port somewhere on all the sides there. And of course, one of them is also meant for this computer, though it's currently not connected to one. The Wiis? No, I don't have the Wii set up in this room. Oh, did I say Wii? I meant Switch. Did I say the Wiis? I meant Switches. Did I really just say Wiis? I meant to say the 2 Nintendo Switches, not the 2 Wiis. But oddly enough, I do think I have 2 Wiis here. One of them are my mom's from like a while back, and the other one's my actual Wii. That is buried somewhere here. I don't remember where. Man, we never did all the retro gaming stuff. I never bothered getting all the stuff to get it working. I do want to at some point. Though, if nothing else, next retro gaming thing we'll kind of be doing is the whole Mega Man series, when it comes out next month. We'll also be doing it on modern hardware rather than the old ones, because I don't even know where my old ones are. Not to mention I didn't even own all of them either. I'd never played the first, second, or the sixth one. Sixth one being the last. I only played 3, 4, and 5. And they're releasing the whole collection next month. I believe 3 weeks from now, actually. Oh, what's really annoying is I think it falls like right when the Vault event is. And obviously we'll prioritize the Vault event. Should be a couple days we're not doing the other thing. Because I do want to play through the whole Mega Man series. I'm going to be playing it in a really weird order. I'm probably going to be playing it in 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2. I know that order makes almost no sense, but I started with 3, so we're going to also start with 3. Like, when I first played it, like, ages back, I started with a 3rd one. So I kind of want to relive the ones I've already played, then continue the series from there, and then return to the original 2. The other reason I want to do that is I feel like the original 2 might seem dated, especially if we're going to be playing through so many of them. Whereas 3 to 6 will feel a lot more lively, because I know they started to make a lot of changes, particularly in 5. And if 6 followed the same suit, I'm pretty sure it's quite a bit different. Whereas 1 and 2 will probably seem really samey, which we might not even play the first or second one. We just might go straight from 3 and work our way up. Because if I'm not mistaken, 3, 4, and 6 are considered the best 3. I would personally consider 3 the absolute best, and I think it is considered the absolute best of them. That's why I wanted to start with it. Start with the best and go downhill from there. No, they were still good in their own way. Hey, another Volkis in our Volkis. That's our second one today. First we got an Epic Volkis, now we got a Volkis in our Volkis. Yeah, at this point, we might as well just keep opening them until we hit all the way down to 700. That means we would have opened 101 keys due to the extra Volkis we got. Have I soft modded the Wii? No, all of them are just normal ones. Though I do have a friend that hacks consoles, so he'd probably know how. He actually gave me a hacked 3DS. I've used it for so few things, though. And most of them are games I already played in the past, so I just wanted to play the HD version of. Like, for example, Ocarina of Time HD on DS, because I never played the HD remake, even though I own the physical copy of the original. Actually, it's literally sitting behind me right now. If I go and grab it from the case over there. But yeah, I pretty much never touch ROM hacks or anything like that. Though there is one I kind of want to play at some point. A ROM hack version of Fortune Street. Because if Nintendo doesn't want to go re-release it, like, they've already modded, like, a perfect balanced version of Fortune Street. I'm not sure if there's much of a player base on it these days. Probably almost no one's playing it. But at least it would be balanced for a single-player experience. I really hope they re-release it for the Switch or something, though. They're actually re-releasing Dokapon Kingdom, which we're definitely going to do on this channel. I don't remember when's re-releasing, though. I should probably double-check the date. Please don't be anytime soon. There's so many games coming out in, like, the next 2 months I want to play. Dokapon Kingdom Connect, I believe is the name of it. It is re-releasing on May 9th, 2023. And it's basically... How do I describe this game? Imagine a game of Monopoly... that's an RPG, but it lasts for like 50 hours. Like 30 to 50 hours or something. That's basically what it is. It's like an in-between of Mario Party and Monopoly, mixed with like RPG aspects. And it's as long as like a standard RPG, but it's basically a like long game of Monopoly. That's the easiest way to describe it. And the reason the number is so high is because you play through an entire RPG while basically playing Monopoly. It's a very chaotic game. You kind of need people to play it with, though. Doing it single player would not do the game justice. The problem is to get, like, a group of people for, like, 30 to 50 hours of gameplay would be very hard to do. Hey, another silver orb. Unfortunately, it's not a gold, but I'll take it. Let's see. Dokapon Kingdom's somewhat like Fortune Street, though not as good. Like, Fortune Street's good, but it's good in a different way. The nice thing about Fortune Street is their games don't take forever. Fortune Street's basically Monopoly combined with Mario Party, but it lasts like an hour to a half an hour or so, rather than like forever amount of time. Alright, well, Isabel's in. I'm not sure if we'll be able to get any other people. But if we could somehow find 2 others. Worst comes to worst, we could always do it with 2 other AI. And kind of be like me and Isabel versus the AI. I'm not sure how good the hardest AI would be. Because I think that could be a fun challenge too. Though I'm not sure if you could set it to teams, but it would still kind of be like a pseudo team. Where the 2 of us would try to defeat like the highest level AI. Assuming it even has levels for AI, I'm not even sure if it does. Also, they're adding some kind of online mode, so I assume there's like going to be a quick match. So we might explore that initially as well. Because one nice thing about this is, I believe it originally did not have cross-platform multiplayer, or even multiplayer at all. It was only local co-op, or, you know, local play. But this one actually has online connectivity. So you can connect to everyone cross-platform and online. So you don't physically have to be at the same location like the original. Which, if they ever re-release Fortune Street, they definitely have to do that. That was actually already a feature of Fortune Street, oddly enough. The original one. It just had a lot of balance issues, the original one. Is the only problem. And if they do re-release it, I'm pretty sure they're not rebalancing the game, which would be slightly bad. Because all the old broken metas will still be used. What do we need here? Take a red. Alright, 2 more keys. Ask our Patreons if they'd be interested. We don't have that many of them. Though if anyone would be, do let me know. I believe it's releasing on like every platform. Including PC, Switch, PlayStation, Xbox. Like, I don't think there's a single thing it's not releasing on. Connect platforms. Like, if I check this, I'm pretty sure it's releasing on literally everything. Oh wait, are they... Oh, they better not be making it initially Nintendo Switch only. Oh wait, never mind. Are they? Oh no. Wait, I thought they were re-releasing it onto everything. Wait. Is it only initial? Are they doing like a 1-year exclusive thing or something? Oh no. Also, why is it coming so much earlier in Japan? Japan's getting it like 2 weeks earlier. Let's see. Oh, I thought they were releasing on every platform. Why is it only on Nintendo Switch? Like, it doesn't affect me because we would just be doing it that way anyways. But, oh no. I thought they were releasing on everything, including PC. It might be a Switch exclusive. That's not good. I know the Mega Man Collection's releasing on everything. But apparently Dokapon Kingdom might only be releasing on Switch. Which in all fairness, I think it only released on Wii originally. So I guess that kind of makes sense. Let me double check. I could have sworn the original released on more things. Let me go check Dokapon Kingdom. Didn't it release on more things than just the Wii? It was on... Yeah, it was on PlayStation 2 as well. As well as the Wii. As well as Nintendo Switch. The only reason this is here because of the re-release. But, yeah, it was originally released on PlayStation 2 and Wii. But now it seems like it's going to be a Switch exclusive? That's weird. Even though originally it was on multiple platforms before. Hey, Japan is the beta test, pretty much. It is a very Japanese-expired game. Like, if you see some of the gameplay from it. Like, it's definitely very Japanese, like, game show humor for some of the parts. Alright, this will be the final orb we go for. What do we get? Oh, only an orange. Unfortunate. And I actually overate one of the keys, but it's fine. Well, there we go. Alright, I think that'll end it for now. We got some good loot. We got 2 silvers, if nothing else. And we did hand out 2 codes. And there we go. 2 silvers, 2 codes. And yeah, that's pretty much everything for the week. But yeah, if you haven't already, don't forget to finish out the Kingdom Pass. Last 6 hours to go and do it. Aside from that, of course, don't forget to finish out Bounty if you want to go do it. If nothing else, do your free battles. A lot of free loot there. Don't forget to... wasn't there something else? I guess it's a standard world event. But anyways, we'll be back tomorrow night. Tomorrow night, we will be messing with the new Mythic. Tomorrow night, we will just rush down the campaign tasks. And as soon as we finish out the campaign tasks, we will have the King of Ravens. So, yeah, we'll be covering a video for that sometime this week. I might wait till a little bit closer to the weekend. We'll see. Because I generally like posting it a little bit closer to when everyone's going to get it. Because only the Super Paid Pass gets it tomorrow. Standard Paid Pass gets it next week's Monday, 8 days from now. And Free-to-Play gets it in about a couple months. But it's really strong, really meta. And I do kind of want to cover it a little bit earlier than normal. Just because it's a really good Guild War option. And guess what we have next week? Guild War. So, yeah, I might cover it on Tuesday. It might be one of the few exceptions where we cover it really early just because of its relevancy for Guild War and the fact that we also have Guild War next week. And you can run it for blue, yellow, and purple Guild War today. Though you might not want to run it on blue just in case they have denial of blue, which is something to put into consideration. But anyways, guys, that'll wrap it up for now. Have a wonderful, wonderful week. I will catch you guys later. Thanks for stopping by as always. Greatly appreciated. And I'll see you guys soon. Goodbye, everyone. And thanks for watching.